Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about conditional execution and looping constructs. First we will see about conditional execution. See, in majority of the instructions are conditional instructions only. These conditional instructions are depends on the 15 condition codes of the ARM processor, and these condition codes are depends on the 4 condition flags of the CPSR register. See, these 4 flags will not be updated by all the instructions. In which instruction we have S suffix, that instruction will update the CPSR flags. And another one instruction, the compare instruction. Compare instruction, by default it will set the CPSR flag only, because compare instruction will not store the result anywhere in the memory or in the register, but it will update the CPSR flag based on the result. Okay. So the sole purpose is to update the flags, and so they don't require the S suffix. So in compare instruction, without the S suffix we are updating the CPSR flag. That's what in compare syntax there will not be S suffix. We'll see some examples. First example, here we are converting the C code to assembly code. The C code is about converting unsigned integer 0 I to 15 to a hexadecimal character. So how to write C code for this operation? If I is greater than less than 10, then C is equal to I plus 0, else C is equal to I plus A minus 10. A is written inside the quotes, so it is a ASCII value. So A should be ASCII value. Okay. So here, if I is equal to 11, means it is greater than 10. If it is greater than 10, then we have to use this code, I plus A minus 10. I is taken as 11, so 11 plus A, I told you it is ASCII code. ASCII code for A is 41, 41 minus 10 is 31. So 11 plus 31 is 42. 42 is the ASCII code for B. So for 11 the hexa code is B. Instead of writing this C code, we can write the same thing using assembly codes by using conditional instructions. See, only 3 instructions are needed here. Compare I comma hash 10. 10 is the immediate value with the hash symbol. Then if it is low, if the I is lower than 10, then we are writing this instruction, add LO, add lower, C comma I plus 0. With the I we are adding 0, like here. If it is higher than or same, we are using third instruction, add HS C comma I comma hash A minus 10. So this is converted here. Okay, so in this operation can be written only using 3 instructions. The next instruction, in the next instruction we are checking whether the C is vowel or not. For that, C code is written here. If C is equal to A, or C is equal to E, or C equal to I, or C equal to O, or C equal to U. If anything is here from this list, then vowel will be incremented. Okay. So same thing can be converted to assembly code by using only conditional instructions. TEQ, test for equality. So this instruction will perform logical XOR between C and A. So test for equality is performed between C and A. If both are equal, we will conclude. If both are not equal, then next instruction, test for equality, then we are keeping one condition here, not equal. If the first one C and A are not equal, then we will check C and E. If these are not equal, then we will compare C and I. These are not equal, then C and O. These are not equal, then we will compare C and U. So any one will be, if anything is equal, then that direct condition, is test for equality not equal. If both are not equal, then only this instruction will be executed, otherwise this will be skipped. So next also will be skipped, next also will be skipped, next also will be skipped. So if anything is equal, then we will execute this add equal. So in add equal we are incrementing this, no? So vowel comma vowel plus 1, vowel we are incrementing. Okay. The next one is looping constants. See, there are many types of looping used in the programming. So in this session we are going to see how to implement these looping efficiently in the assembly coding. See, there are different types of looping. First one is decremented counted loops. In this loop n iterations will be used, but here the loop counter I counts down from n to 1, and the loop will terminate when the I reaches 0. You can see here, move I comma n, it's iteration, that is move to I, then we are starting the loop body gets here I, first loop will go for I equal to n, second one will go for I equal to n minus 1, till that it will continue till I becomes 1. When the I becomes 0, then it comes out of the loop. Second one, unrolled counted loop. This brings us to the subject of loop unrolling. Loop unrolling reduces the loop overhead by executing the loop body multiple times. Then multiple nested loops, we can combine the loop counts within a single register and placing the innermost loop count at the highest bit position. And nested loops, it requires only a single loop counter register, which can improve efficiency by freezing up the counter for other uses. So these are about conditional execution and looping constants. Thank you.